morning, teachers, colleagues. Good morning. How are you doing? Today, I will be doing a presentation. I have with me Mrs. Lisa Morgan. She is supporting me today, and she will do the introduction and take it away from there. All right, so we hope that you enjoy this presentation. Miss Morgan, Mrs. Morgan?
Yes, good morning, everyone. Good morning, colleagues. It's such a joy, such a delight being here with you. This morning, we're here to take it away. It's all about taking it to the new level, TECH, right? Taking it. Now, we want to ensure that you are comfortable throughout the process. We want to ensure that at the end of the presentation, you're enlightened about this awesome tool called Padlet. And we're saying to you at the end of it, we're sure you're going to find it to be an engaging and dynamic tool, one that you can use in your classroom. We want to, especially at this time, welcome and give some shout out to our parents who are on the platform. Awesome that you're involved in the learning process, because at the end of the day, we want to ensure that both parents, admin, teachers, all stakeholders are on board to embrace this new norm. All right, so welcome, guys. And the code for the day, you're scrolling, miss? Yes?
Yes, I am.
Change the plan, but never the goal. So we're all about changing the plan, but the goal in sight is to ensure that at the end of the day, embracing the new norm going forward, we're all ready for it. All right, keep scrolling. Now, let's see if you can figure out this brain teaser, colleagues. Your parents have 6 sons, including you, and each son has 1 sister. How many people are in the family? Please type your answers in the chat. Your parents have 6 sons, including you, and each son has 1 sister. How many
I'm
people?
seeing persons saying 7, some saying 14. Most people saying. We got an answer 9. Keddy and Dennis. That's the first person to say 9. No, it was Aisha Hart. It was Aisha Hart first, and then Keddy and Dennis. All right, congratulations. 9 is correct.
So we have some brilliant persons, miss, on the platform. Very good, very good. All right, so we're scrolling. Yes. So today our presenter is Miss Rochelle Harris. When you talk about an educator who is dynamic, one who is amicable, talk about being creative, did I say dependable, industrious, highly meticulous, dedicated, respectful, right? Someone who is resourceful. I'm presenting and talking to you, colleagues, and presenting to you Miss Rochelle Harris. She's an educator in the field of special ed. She teaches biology as well as integrated science. This motivational speaker is very creative and has over 8 years of teaching experience under her belt. Talk about an educator who is always on social platforms, sharing her talents, sharing her expertise with not only her students, but fellow educators. I'm speaking of Miss Rochelle Harris. You can follow her on her YouTube channel, Here Beyond Reach Academy. Go on Instagram, she's there as well. Ensure that you like her, you share her. What else? You subscribe to her. I'm talking about this awesome educator, Rochelle Harris. If we were in a room, I would say, put your hands together for Miss Harris, but give some thumbs up in the chat for Miss Harris as she takes us to the next tool, which is called Padlet. Take it away, Miss. Awesome.
Thank you, Mrs. Morgan. Thank you so much. I love the energy. I love the energy.
I tell you, it's all from you. All from you. Take it away.
All right. Okay, welcome parents and teachers. So today we want to focus on Padlet, which is an online tool, as Mrs. Morgan just told us. So I'm going to be sharing my screen to give you an overview of what it is, and then I will walk you through a practical demonstration. So we want to unplug the classroom boredom socket with Padlet. All right, and we're taking it to new levels. All right, so here we are. So what are some things that Padlet really allows you to do? All right, so these are some of the things that Padlet allows you to do. So you can plan events. So if you are you are that type of teacher who wants to get involved and have your students in clubs, whatever it is, you want to collaborate with your colleagues, you're planning an event for your HOD, you're planning for a birthday, you're planning something for your students, field trips, whatever it is that you want to do, you can meet there on Padlet, plan events, you can ask questions on Padlet, you can have discussions on Padlet. You can keep your notes there, you can give feedback, you can get or give feedback there. You can create a notice board for your students. You can share videos. You can watch videos from Padlet. You can brainstorm ideas and concepts. Great for group work, great for collaborative learning. You can bookmark favorite sites. So you want your students to focus on those sites when you give them a research. You can bookmark those sites. You can make a list of specific topics or specific things that you want, key things you want them to prepare for an assessment, whatever it is that you want them to do in this on this platform. So it's a very dynamic platform, it's a very dynamic tool, but again, with the free platforms, there are always going to be limitations, but it is a great tool for collaboration, all right? And that's a skill that we push for in this era of learning, this 21st century, educational setting. Now, if you are able to, you may go ahead and sign up your Padlet account if you so desire. I would appreciate if you do, so you could follow as I demonstrate. So you simply go to padlet.com and you can create your free account there. Padlet.com. And it's free, but of course you still have a paid version. All right, so when you sign up for Padlet, you can choose any of your accounts here. Are you hearing me? Mrs. Morgan, are you hearing me? Okay, great.
Yes, we're hearing you.
Okay, because I just saw something that the internet is unstable, so I was just checking. Okay, so you go to your homepage to sign up for Padlet, and you can choose any of these accounts to sign up, and you just simply put in your email and your password and go ahead. And I've signed in already on my Padlet. So I'll just show you the steps in creating a Padlet. So once you sign up, you may log in with any of the accounts that you have decided to use when you are signing up for this platform. Once you are in your Padlet now, you have this interface. This is the interface that you'll see once you are in your Padlet. Good? And then you now are able to create new Padlets and so on. Now, the free version, we have to make note of this, teachers and parents. The free version of Padlet only allows you to create a maximum of 3 Padlets. All right, so that's the limitation here. So each time you create a Padlet, you can download the results from the Padlet, so you can keep that. But you have to delete a Padlet if you want to create more than 3. Right, so you delete one and create a new one. Okay, I am going too fast. Okay, so the Padlet, the free version allows you to have 3 Padlets only. All right, so if you want to create a next Padlet, if you have exceeded your 3 Padlets, you have used your maximum, you have to delete one of those Padlets to create a new one. Okay, I'm going to be going through this in the practical form. I'm just walking you through a presentation. This is a manual that you will be provided with when you fill out the evaluation form. It will be emailed to you. All right, so these are 2 Padlets that I would have created. Right, so you will see it on your dashboard, the recent Padlets that you would have created. All right, now you can decide the look and feel of your Padlet. So based on what you want your Padlet to be about, you can choose how you want it to look. So once you want to create a new Padlet, you will be directed to the different templates that they have. So you can use a wall view, a canvas view, a stream view, a grid view, timeline, great for history lessons, map for geography lessons, back channel, so that's like a text message format. Okay, and you can use the shelf format that aligns it in columns. All right, so those are the different templates that you can use for Padlet. And here here are some, overview of what they look like. So the wall looks like this. So it's as though you're just pasting things on a wall, still in a neatly arranged order, but no specific order. But you can definitely arrange it neatly. Then you have the canvas view, more like concept maps and mind maps. So if you want to flesh out a concept, you can use the canvas view. If you want to have it in a linear format, you can use the stream view. So for example, when you go on social media, you have a certain view that you can see your feeds and your posts. The stream view gives you that social media look. And then you have the grid template that's similar to wall, but it's aligned more, it's more organized. Everything is more in a grid format, like a collage format. And then you have your shelf format, which arranges the things in columns. All right, so you have the columns there. And then you have the back channel, which is more of a text message view. Right, so that's the view that you get with the back channel template. The map template, you definitely can pinpoint. So let's say you're doing a lesson, you want them to identify a particular location that has something to do with a concept that you are explaining. The map view can work, and you can also change the map, where on the map you want to put it. It can be local, it can be international. You decide, because it uses Google Maps. All right, and then you have the timeline. So if you want to focus on, you're looking at technology then and now, you can compare. You're looking at, IT then and now, you're looking at history, slavery and all of those things. You can definitely use the timeline for that. If you're looking at scientific concepts and what's the new research like versus the previous research, timeline is just giving them an overview of then and now. All right. And then you definitely can identify which of those templates you would like to use for your Padlet. Once you have decided to do that, you can simply now just select the one you want and do that. When you are finished selecting the template, you can choose from Padlets that are already created. So if you don't want to start from the beginning, or you don't want to create a Padlet from scratch, you can simply just look at a template that's already created and tweak it as you desire to tweak it, because there is a gallery that you can select from. Okay, and now the steps in creating your Padlet. Now this is the part that I'll be doing practical for you, how to create your Padlet. All right, so this is just giving you the manual in terms of where your things are. So this is your home page once you decide to create a new Padlet, right? You have selected the template, so the wall template is what was chosen here. On this section is your taskbar that you can select whatever you need to put on your tablet. So these are your options on the right side that says taskbar. Okay, the title of your Padlet appears to the top left-hand side, and the display section is this beautiful area with the roses and the trees here, right? So that is how your display board looks. Then your taskbar. What are some things that you find on your taskbar? You have the title. You can adjust the title on your taskbar. You can add anything you desire to go with your title. So you want a catchy phrase, you want something that will grab the student's attention, you can put it in the description. You can customize a code. So if you want to share this Padlet with your students, you don't have to use the code that's generated. You can actually customize the code specific to your audience. And you can also customize your wallpaper. You don't need to use the one that they provide you with. You can change the color scheme, you can change the wallpaper, you can change the font that you are using to type. Okay, what else do we have on the color scheme? On the taskbar, you can definitely decide whether or not you want to have the new post showing first, right? You definitely want to identify if you're going to have students comment, allow comments to be there. You want to know if you can have reactions like emojis and so on, stars. You want to grade it. You can decide if you want to grade this Padlet. It doesn't have to be graded, but you can decide if you want to grade this Padlet. And I'm going to review the purpose of Padlet again. It's more of a collaborative tool, right? So you can choose whether or not you want the newest post to show first or you want the newest post to show last, right? And if you want the students to comment, you can decide if you want to grade this Padlet, if you want students to be able to like the post, you want them to vote for a particular post. Let's say you're doing an activity, you can give stars for the post that they have made and so on, right? How do you go about adding your questions or statements on Padlet? So you click on the plus sign at the lower end of the screen, the bottom right-hand side of the screen, and then you are able to post on the wall. Now, if you look here, you realize that you can add images, you can embed tools from the web, you can upload files, videos, whatever it is that you want to allow the students to view on your Padlet page. All right, so these are the things that you can upload on your Padlet. All right, so this is just a walkthrough of the creation of a Padlet. I'm going to go to my Padlet page and show you how to do all of these things that I'm showing you in this presentation. So for those who are worrying about me going too fast, I'm going to demonstrate everything practically for you. All right, so this is just a presentation to give you an idea of what Padlet looks like, and this is a manual to guide you in terms of how to create a Padlet. All right, so we're going to go through the practical. Don't worry about it. All right, so these are the posts that I've made on this Padlet here. So you have your teacher's post and you can have your students commenting on it if you want them to comment. They'll simply just click on add comment and you can view their comment again. You can decide if you want to grade it, you want to have the 5-star liking, or you want students to vote for something, right? So whatever it is that you want the students to do. All right, on this section now, you can decide on, right, the taskbar. You want to add more things, you have more options here. Okay, so you can decide if you want to export this Padlet, you want to invite people to collaborate in this Padlet, you can pretty much export it, print it, whatever it is that you want to do with this Padlet, you can have it. And remember, you only have 3 Padlets at a maximum that you can create with the free version. So you would want to probably export the information that's on it, so that way you will always have it later on to look back at if you have decided to delete this Padlet to create a new one. All right, the privacy section, I'm just going to do all of this section now on the practical. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing this and then I go to the practical. Just to recap, for those who are not clear on why to use Padlet, I'm just going to recap and then we go to the practical session. So these are some of the things, but not limited to, right? These are the things that Padlet allows you to do. You can collaborate with your students or your colleagues to plan events. You can ask questions on Padlet. You can have discussions on Padlet. You can keep your notes there. You can get or give feedback to your students. So if you ask a question, your student can give their response and you can reply to that response. Okay, you can make a notice board. If you have things that you want your students to be able to see, you can definitely go ahead and create it there. If you want to share videos for students to watch, you can place it on Padlet as well, right? You can brainstorm ideas, which is good for group work and collaboration as well. You can bookmark your favorite sites. As I said earlier, if you have a topic and you want students to go and do some research, you can pre-research for them and focus on the sites that you want them to zone in on. That way they don't have to be going on a wild goose chase where they have to be looking all over the place. So you want to pool the resources together so they can just look at those resources. And you can make a list of specific things about a topic. So if you want to prepare them for an exam, or you want to prepare them for any form of assessment or any topic you have taught and you want something to be highlighted, you can definitely make a list of those key areas for the topic so they know that they have to focus on those areas in the topic, right? So you can definitely go ahead and explore Padlet, right? I am going to go to my practical demonstration now. All right, I'm going to stop sharing this screen and share the actual Padlet screen. All right, so remember to create your account, you go to padlet.com. All right, great tool for collaboration. Very, very effective for collaboration. Now, there are several tools that have similar interface, but you just have to choose the one that suits you can choose the one that suits you best. All right, so let's go now. I already have created 3 Padlets. So I will go ahead now and delete a Padlet and create a new one for you.
Miss?
Yes?
A bit. Quite a few.
Morgan, you here?
Yes, they're saying you could go a little bit slower, please. Just a little bit slower pace. Thank you. And also, Miss Shan, hand up. I've been typing to Miss Shan Reed. Please respond if you have any concern. Please type. Thank you.
Okay. Are you all able to see my screen now? All right, so I am demonstrating, so I just gave you an overview of what Padlet is and why you can use Padlet. We're gonna go through the practical in terms of how to create a Padlet and the different uses that you can have for Padlet. So I'm zooming in on my screen so you're able to see what's on it. Okay, perfect. Now I want to create a Padlet. I already have 2 Padlets. Remember, Padlet is a free tool and also a paid platform. So if you want to use the free tool, you only have a maximum of 3 Padlets that you can use. All right? So you only have a maximum of 3 Padlets. I have deleted one of my previous Padlets because I'm going to demonstrate how to create a Padlet from the beginning. Okay? Now I want to make a Padlet. So this is my login page. I've already logged in. Remember to log in or to sign up, go to padlet.com. Create your free account, and if it's possible for you to walk through the steps with me while you're on this platform, the Zoom platform, it would be very great. All right, because I want to see how much you have learned. I might call on someone to demonstrate for me. All right, so I'm going to click on Make a Padlet. So that's the first thing that I'm going to do. Once I log in, I'm going to click on Make a Padlet. I have my themes, and remember what these themes do, right? Remember what these themes look like. So, and what the purpose is, create a canvas theme, right? I'm going to click on canvas. Okay. All right, so I click on canvas. All right, so here I have my canvas Padlet. There's nothing on it yet. It's loading. It's not quite low. Okay, great. So I can change this background that I have here. Good. So this background that I have here, I don't want a cupcake on my background. So I can definitely go ahead and change that wallpaper. So if that's the first thing that you want to do, if you're not happy with your background, you can simply just go to the taskbar here and change your wallpaper. So I'm here at wallpaper. All seen wallpaper? Yes? All right, so once we're at wallpaper, we simply go ahead and choose. All right, for those who are not seeing, perhaps you have to log out and log back in. Maybe that's the issue. All right, now for my wallpaper, I can decide to use a solid color. I can decide to use a gradient. A gradient simply just has shades of different colors combined, right? Instead of having one solid color, it gives you like a gradient. So like if you have this yellow and green, blue, green, and yellow on one green. So that's what the gradient is like, solid color. just a standard color. You decide the color that you would like. Okay? If you want to have a texture or a pattern, you can decide which of these suit you best. Okay? If you don't want textures or patterns, you can decide if you want to use a picture. So you can search through Padlet if there's an image that suits your content that you will be posting, or something that you know is going to attract or engage your students. So you can decide. Okay, I'm going to just select this theme, this picture here that says Home by 7. You can add your own image if you decide to do that. Good, you can upload an image, you can search for an image. Good, so you decide what you want on your wallpaper. Okay, once I have decided on my wallpaper, I can now edit the title of this Padlet. So this Padlet, I'm just gonna keep the title, but I'm gonna put it in capital letters, My Epic Padlet. So we're focusing on Padlet, right? So we're gonna look at our theme, taking it to new levels. All right, I'm keeping that theme there. Okay, so that's the theme that I want on this Padlet. I can decide if I want my color scheme to be white, and that color scheme has to do with the text box that we're going to be posting, and I'm going to show you that. All right, so once we're done with that, okay, all right, so once we're finished, I'll give you some time to try. All right, so we have the plus sign here. This is the plus sign at the bottom right-hand corner that we use to create our new post. So once you click on the post, the background here is white. Now the color scheme, as we had in the taskbar here, you can decide to have it looking white, or you can have it being black. So you can decide. I'm going to save it so you see what the black one is like. So when I click on add a new post, it's black instead of white, right? So you can decide which one is best suited for your liking, whether the white or the black. Now you can type whatever it is that you want to type on this Padlet. So I'm going to say, how is Padlet so far? You can ask questions, right? You can upload now. I can change what I would like my participants to do. Good, you can allow them to comment. Right, you can allow your students to comment on this post, answer the questions, and you can definitely give them 5-star, whatever you want, or whatever reward you want to give them. You can have them create something and students have to like it or vote for it, which one is the best before you award it. Right, so this is how you add your post, by clicking this plus sign here. So the question is, how is Padlet so far? All right. Okay. All right, so the plus sign, okay, so here we are now, because I was in the annotation. Okay, so you simply click on the plus sign to add your post. So if you want to add something, so you can add questions. Remember, this is a platform that you can use to collaborate. So you can add pretty much anything that you want. It's more for students, so it's something that you can allow them to collaborate, right? So you simply click on this plus sign here at the bottom right-hand side of the screen. This can be used for all age group, but again, for the lower school, like primary or elementary, you need to have the parents involved, okay? So this is the plus sign at the bottom right-hand side of the screen. Once you click on the plus sign, you can add your questions or comments, or you can simply upload a video, right? You can pick a file from your computer to upload. You can simply embed a URL, so you can go to a website and embed a URL, right? So you can copy a URL and go ahead and embed that URL, save it. Once you embed that URL, it should come up on the screen. Go to any resource you want your student to find. So here it is. This is just the Padlet logo. I've just copied the URL and I've put it here, right? You can send this platform to your students, right? So the plus sign, once you click in your work area here, the plus sign comes up. Once you click on that, you can simply type something else about Padlet, right? Why would you use Padlet? Right? And you simply just put that question here. You can drag these items now to wherever you want them to go. So you platform or this dashboard that you want it to be. It's not necessarily an organized way, like the wall or the grid. This is like a concept map, so you can move it around to suit the order of the concept map. Okay? So this is how you add your new post. Remember, you click in your work on the plus sign, right? And you simply go ahead and write whatever. So anything that you want to type, you put it. You want to upload a file. I'm repeating, right? You can upload file. So you can click on the three arrows, three buttons here. Once you click on that, you simply go ahead and identify what it is that you want to upload on this file or on this text box here. You can draw something in it. You can place a location in it. You can do a snap, take a photo. You can do a voice recording if you want your students to be able to listen, because you do have students who prefer to hear rather than type or see or read, whatever it is. Then you can upload a recording so they can listen to that and answer your question. Okay, they can also respond by uploading an audio, right? You can embed a link in it. You can upload a file from your computer. Whatever it is that you want to do on this platform here, you can simply just upload it here. So let me go back in order to see those. Yes?
Just to interject a little, they're asking that you go a little bit slower, please. Some persons are a little bit lost, so pace it a little slower so they can keep up with you, please. Thank you. But there are persons who are definitely liking it, so we're just trying to ensure we cater to all. So just to recap, and slower, please. Thank you.
All right, no problem. I'll just start over from the beginning. So this is my Padlet space, right? Remember, to add a post, okay? To add this post, you can simply just click on the dashboard space, which is anywhere on the wallpaper. You click on that space, you click on the plus sign that appears on the bottom right-hand side of the screen. Once you click on it, you are able to now add your post, okay? You type your title in it. That's it. The space that says title, you simply just go ahead and type in your title. Once you type your title, you click outside on your wallpaper and you just drag this to wherever you want it to be, okay? If you want to add things to it, you can just simply hover the mouse over the text box here. The three dots here, you can click on it, you edit this post. Once you click edit the post, you can now add any file that you want to add to it. Okay, you can upload a file from your computer. Let's say it's a worksheet that you want them to be able to do. You can upload a worksheet. You can upload a link. So you would simply go to your other web page, copy the URL that you would desire to upload, and you simply just upload the URL in this box here. Once you upload the URL, that just copy the URL to show you. Once you upload that URL and you save it, it will generate here, so they can see what the web page is also is going to be demonstrating, right? If you don't want to have this web page, you don't want this to be a URL, you simply click on the X and delete it. If you want to upload a voice recording, you can simply go ahead and do that. So I click on the voice recording, you click here, you say what you want to say, right? So I'm just going to record quickly so you can hear what I'm saying, right? And once I pause that recording, right, I can play back and save. And if it sounds good to you, you click save. Once you save that audio, the students will be able to play that and hear what you're saying to them. So you can give a verbal instruction, or you can put a written, or you can do both. So you can have your instruction here, and you can also have it being played verbally, okay? So this is what Padlet allows you to do, right? I'm gonna create a new post. So I click on the plus sign to create a new post. Once I create a new post, I simply now type in the title that I want to have the students being able to see. So I created one that says worksheet. Okay, I'm going to now go back to the three dots so I can have more items. For the file size, we're going to check on the limit for the file size. So I click on edit post. Once I edit post, I now want to upload a file from my computer. All right, I'm going to pick a file from my computer now. I'm just going to upload something very simple, right? So here we go. So I'm uploading a file, and this is an image file that I'm uploading with some questions. So it doesn't seem to have an issue with large files, but you don't want to have your files extremely large, because you know with any platform that's free, you will have limitations, right? And you don't have a limit on the number of students who can actually join this platform. You share it to whoever you want to share it with. Yes, this is Padlet. So this is the image file with the question that you want the students to be able to look at, read, and comment.
Question?
Right? Yes, Mrs. Morgan.
Yes, someone is asking just to show them how to drag and drop a file, please.
Okay, so let me go ahead, create a new post that says file, and I shift this again. You click on it and move it wherever you want to move it. I click on edit post, right? And once I edit post, I click on the three dots, okay? And you click on upload file from your computer. You click on the section that says pick file. Once you are given that file, you simply just select the file from your computer. Once you select the file from your computer, you go ahead and click open or upload, however your computer is designed. And once you upload that file, it automatically appears on the Padlet screen here. Okay, so we want to make sure that we cater to as many of our students' needs as possible. So you know you have students who prefer audio. If you can record the instructions, so it might take a little bit more time for us, but it definitely works. So I am giving a paragraph for students to read and analyze. I can read that paragraph and upload it, so the students who prefer to listen can listen to that and respond to the questions. Okay, so we have created several posts on Padlet. I am going to show you now how students can comment on each of these posts that you would have, created. All right, so let's go to the settings icon here. Now we scroll down to our taskbar, right? That says comment. So the part that says comment, you can allow the viewers to comment on posts. You definitely want to turn that on so that the students are able to write their responses. So that is what you do to ensure that they post, right? If you want to find out if you want it to be an anonymous, you're doing some form of assessment and you don't want the students to feel as though they're being picked on, you can allow the post to be anonymous. All right, so you can allow students to comment on each post or respond to your post by turning this button on. So I've turned it off. So I click this button so I can turn it on so that the students are able to comment on each post that I would have created. I'm going to put the link in the chat so you can comment on the post if you desire to do so. So you see how it works, right? You can attribute each post, meaning that you want to allow the person's name to be seen. So if you're going to be using this platform to be if you're going to use it to assess a student and grade, a numerical grade, you definitely want to allow the attribution to be there. You definitely want to attach the grade to a name. So you turn the attribution button on so the person's name will show and you will identify who have posted or who have responded to your post. Okay, so I'm going to share this code so you are able to now comment. All right, so I'm putting the code there. So this is an inclusive tool ensures that no student is left behind, right? So you save as you go along. Save as you go along, please. All right, it doesn't save automatically. All right, so you go ahead and students are now able to comment on these posts. I've shared the code. I don't know if any of you can get onto it to comment. You can definitely try. So remember, I'm going to walk through the process again in terms of how to comment. So you simply go down to click on the taskbar. Good. You look at the section that says attribution, comments, and reactions. So you can attribute this by allowing the student's name to be seen when they comment on a post that you have made. You can allow them to comment on this post. Once you get the code, you can simply just go into your Padlet, go on to the padlet.com and put in the code to comment on the Padlet, the post that we have made. All right.
Question.
Yes.
Question. Some persons were asking if a student would also need to create an account. How would the student get in? How would they actually use the Padlet, this platform, from the student's point of view?
Okay. So I'm going to show you that now. So let me go to the three dots that are up here. So you go to invite people, okay, or share or embed. So you invite people by typing their name or email, and this simply means that they would have to have a Padlet account, right? So if I'm going to be searching for someone to join this Padlet, they would have to have a Padlet account. If you don't want to have a Padlet account, using the code, you just go to the home page and you simply just use the code to join a Padlet, right? So once you join a Padlet, you can definitely comment on the posts that are there. You want to have students coming in on your Padlet. You want them to just comment. You don't necessarily want them to have an account if they don't need to. You just go to the home page and you give them a code. They just simply use the code to join Padlet and they can comment, right? So once they get the code, they can simply comment on the post. They don't have to have a Padlet account. If you want to invite the students to collaborate on this Padlet as a group task, then they would definitely need to have a Padlet, right? So I am putting the code again into the chat. This is the link for the Padlet. I don't know if that would be better for you, the link. All right. Next thing that's good about this, another way students can comment on this, you can email it to them. You can also share it on your Google Classroom. So if you are familiar with Google Classroom or Google Suite, you definitely can share this link on your Google Classroom, and students can now access it from there. So instead of asking them to navigate several different tools and going on several different web pages, you can put everything on the Google Classroom. Or if you're using Moodle, you can embed this code into Moodle and they click on it and will be taken to the Padlet page. All right. All right. So does that answer the question for everyone? The presentations will be emailed to you once you have completed the evaluation form on Friday. So the presentations will be emailed to you. Okay. Are we clear on how to send this code to a student?
Some are not clear, some are saying yes. So you could just quickly recap again, please.
Okay, so 3 persons have started to post. So they are collaborating with me on this post. So someone is asking a question, can I use Padlet to write a story? Yes, you can, right? Someone said, good morning, Nadine Thompson. Good morning, Miss Thompson, right? So you definitely can work together on this Padlet, and then you definitely create now a concept map, a mind map. You can collaborate. All right. So this is pretty much how Padlet works and allows you to see. I can see in real time what my students are typing. Right. This is so I can see exactly what they're typing. I can give feedback. I can respond. Right. So you can definitely see exactly what the students are doing. Okay. All right, so there's no time limit to working on the Padlet. Okay, so you can have students working together, right? So you definitely, and you can collaborate as a department. You can, instead of having to sit in long meetings at work, you can collaborate on this to find activities that you want to engage your students with. You know, parents can collaborate with teachers to find out so for example, you have students who definitely would require a little bit more help. This is a great tool to meet students, parents, and teachers, so they all can work together for everyone to be benefiting, so for mutual benefit. All right, so this is how you go ahead and have your students collaborate in this Padlet. Now, if you don't want anyone to be viewing this Padlet or working in the Padlet, all right, you can definitely change the privacy setting, and I'm going to show you that. So someone is asking for the code. All right, so let me just copy the code again.
Yes, please do.
Yes.
While you're doing that, Miss Harry, someone is asking, what if you have a big class, a class of say 40 or more? Would it be crowded, too crowded on the platform? How do you do that? How do you treat such a large class?
Okay, so to limit that, then you can definitely have group work, or you can actually allow them to create on Padlet and show what they have done. So if you put them in groups, say you have 40 students, you want to probably have 5 to 6 persons, probably 5 persons working, 5 to 8 persons working in a group. And you can have them create their own Padlet, or you can have them work. So you have your Padlet created. I mean, it will get crowded, but if again, this is the type of template that you use. So remember, if you use the text message version, it's a linear fashion, so it's easier, right? If you use the concept map Padlet, then, which is what we are using now, the concept Padlet, you can simply just write anywhere on it, right? So it can become a little bit more confusing, but if you have the other Padlet templates that you want to use, for example, the wall or the grid or the, you know, different Padlet templates, then it's more controlled. All right, it's more controlled. All right.
And just
So,
another one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just to show them how they can actually write on the Padlet again, please. Thanks.
How to write on the Padlet?
Yes.
As in to create a new post?
Person just wanted to know how, I need to know how to post on the actual Padlet. That's what some persons are saying. So you could recap, please.
Okay, so once you create the new Padlet, you click in the workspace, go to the bottom right-hand side of the screen, you see the plus sign. You click on the plus sign and you can type your post there. Okay, so that's how it works. So now that we have an understanding of how Padlet works, you can see your students' response in real time. Right, so you click on the plus sign at the bottom right hand, but you have to click in the space, the wallpaper space first. Then you can simply go ahead and click the plus sign. The plus sign won't come up unless you click in the workspace. All right, so this is a great tool to allow students to freely express themselves, demonstrate their understanding, and you don't have to grade everything they post, right? You can, but you don't have to. All right, I'm going to go through the other tools in the taskbar. All right, so remember, you can allow them to comment. You don't have to allow them to comment. Your reaction to the post. You can allow students to like the post. You can allow them to vote. You can allow them, you can give them stars. So if they wrote something that, you know, you're not giving them a numerical grade, but you are giving them a star for their effort, you can simply just click on which of these you want. So you can rate their comments. All right, you can give a numerical grade when they post, and you decide on the maximum grade that you want this post to be. So if you're asking questions, and this could be done for worksheets, so you can break up the questions in post form. So you have question 1 on that post, you give the maximum grade for that, question 2, and so you have the grade for each question. All right, and I'm going to show you how you can download that information. All right, so I'm going to go to the 3 dots here. That's what I use. So I can decide to export this Padlet. I can export this Padlet. So here are the different ways I can export this Padlet, right? I can decide to copy the link and send it to someone or send it to myself. I can generate a QR code. So for those of us who are not sure what the QR code is, this is what it looks like. And you scan that QR code and you are able to come into the Padlet. Okay? So that's the QR code. You can embed it on your website. So if you have a website, you can embed this Padlet in your website. Okay? You can email it. You can share it on Facebook. You can share it on Twitter. You can share it in your Google Classroom. Okay? You image file, you can save it as a PDF, or you can save it as CSV. So the CSV is more like a written document. So it means that it can be uploaded on several platforms without having to change the format of it. So a CSV file is just a universally read file. And you can also save it as an spreadsheet. You can print it. So you can decide the ways how you want to store this Padlet. And remember, you have a limit of 3 Padlets. So you don't want to have to lose the information. So you can download it, print it, whatever it is. So you have that for a later date. You can use it as a reference for something. So that way, when you delete the Padlet to create a new one, you don't lose this information. You would still have it. So I'm just going to download this as a PDF so you see what it looks like.
Quick question, teacher. Some are asking, how do you scan the code?
Scan the QR code? Okay, I'm going to get back to that. Just let me download the PDF. So to download the PDF, you decide the size that you want it to be downloaded in. So you have A4 paper size, you have legal, you have letter. You have landscape, you have portrait. So portrait is like a regular Word document. Landscape, widescreen, when you flip the portrait the other way, right? So you can just decide which format you want it to be in. I'm just going to click Eagle, and I'm going to put landscape, and I'm going to publish PDF. Right, and it will download for me. So once it's downloaded, then I can use it. Right, so it says my document should be ready in 15 seconds. Right, so this is what it is. So the PDF is more of what I can use later on. I can use it as a reference. Okay. All right, so let me go back while that's downloading. Let me go back and show you the QR code. So for the QR code, you can use your phone to scan. Right, so the QR code here, if you have your iPhone or Samsung, whatever phone you have, a smartphone that can scan the QR code, then once you scan that QR code, you are taken to the Padlet. So some persons are going to be joining with a code, some persons may join with a link, some persons can join a numerical code, some persons can join with a QR code. So this is just another way of allowing persons to access your Padlet, right? So that's what the QR code is. All right, so because persons are typing in it, I'm not able to download the PDF yet, but you can you transfer the information from another platform? No, you would have to send a link or upload it, embed it in a platform. Okay, you can save it as a PDF or Excel or image file. That's the only way you'll be able to put it on another platform, but not real time as it is on Padlet. Okay, so are those questions clear on, are those questions answered that were asked earlier? So we can have students working. So I'm gonna create another Padlet, which is the text message format, so that you can look at that Padlet. So I'm just gonna delete one of these Padlets. And to delete, you have to copy the code that they give you and put it in. All right. So I'm going to create a new Padlet. Again, you click on Make Padlet. Select your template that you want. I'm going to select the back channel template, which is more of a text message kind of Padlet. All right. So this Padlet, again, you can change your wallpaper. So I'm going to go through how you embed it in a Google Classroom and everything. So I've just looked at the Canvas Padlet, how persons can collaborate and type and work. You are now looking at the back channel Padlet, which is more of a text message kind of Padlet. It appears like a text message, right? Just to answer this quickly, yes, the Padlet can be shared in more than one format. So you can email it, you can send a QR code, you can give them the actual numerical code. So all are fine. All can be shared.
Okay, and another quick question. Someone is just asking to recap to show them how you actually save the Padlet, please.
All right, so I'll do that when I'm doing this one. No problem. Okay, so I'm just going to leave the title My Harmonious Padlet, but you can give it any title that you desire to give it, right? You can put a description, right? So you can pretty much type anything that you want here, okay? Now, the color scheme is green. I'm just going to leave it to be green for now, but remember, you can change the wallpaper to a picture, gradient, anything that you want. You simply just click on the arrow here, and you can change whatever you want to change it to. Okay, you can again decide on how students will respond to this Padlet. Once you're finished right here filtering everything that you want, you click on next. Once you click on next, you go to start posting. Okay? As it relates to the Google Classroom, we will demonstrate how you do that in just a moment. So this is my new space. This is my new Padlet. I want to type something. This is where I type something. So I'm going to ask the same question here. How do you upload or embed? Okay, let me say upload. How do you upload to Google Classroom? All right, and I will post it. Once I post it, then persons will be able to comment. Okay, so once I post that, you can simply now decide if you want to edit this post. Okay, so this is where I will edit down here. So if I want to embed a file or URL, I simply just embed this URL here. Again, it's the same options like the other one. You know, your voiceover, your image, whatever you want to upload, you can definitely just click on the triple dots here, and you can upload what you want to upload on this Padlet. You can also, just to show you, you can also do a screen record. So you can record your own screen. So if you're doing something or doing a presentation, you can record it and upload it on your Padlet for students to access. Okay? Once you have done that, you click save. And then once you save, you click post. Okay? I click in my workspace again, and I can just simply type whatever I want to type again here. And I say, follow these steps, and I post it. Now I'm going to show you how you actually embed it in your Google Classroom. Okay? All right. So you can share it or embed it. Where do you want to put it? In your Google Classroom. So you select your Google Classroom. Good? Now it will bring you to your Google Classroom that you're logged into. So you want to make sure that you are signed into the right email. So you go to the correct email. All right, are you seeing my screen still? Mrs. Morgan, are you seeing my screen still?
Yes, I'm still seeing your screen.
Okay, so you go to the Google Classroom, you choose the class that you want to upload this or embed this file in. I'm just going to click on research, right? And you choose the action. You can either allow it to be an assignment, you can allow it to be a section where they ask questions, create a material, make an announcement. So you can decide what you want this post to be. Is it going to be an assignment? And I'll just say create an assignment. I click go. Once I click go, I am now able to type the title of this assignment, right, in Google Classroom. Once I do that, I can add my instructions if you are deciding to add your instructions there, right? If you're not adding any instruction, you simply just click assign. Once you assign it, then it will now be in your Google Classroom, okay? Once it's on your Google Classroom, that's it, okay? So if you're going to be posting it on Edmodo or Moodle or any other platform, you just simply copy the link, embed it, or email it. You're going to get the QR code. You decide what you want to post on the other LMS. Go to Edmodo. You have Moodle. You just simply upload a link, or you just allow them to scan the QR code, or you put the actual code in it. So you decide, but it does not allow you to embed from Padlet to those sites. Okay, so are we clear on how to download it, how to save it as an image? CSV is a universally read file, Excel spreadsheet. You can share it on the following platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Google Classroom. You can also embed the code on your blog or website. You can get another code, put it on your classroom, such as Edmodo. You can definitely just embed the code in pretty much any space you desire to embed it in. All right. So to share on Google Classroom, remember you click on Google Classroom, you choose the class that you want to create this, post this link in. Once you create once you select the class, you decide whether you're going to allow it to be an assignment, you're going to allow it to be a post, and so on. All right, so you decide what you want it to be. Okay? All right. So are we clear on that so far? Yes? Perfect. Now, again, if you don't want, yes, Mrs. Morgan?
They're saying yes. They're clear so far.
Okay, perfect.
I'm seeing one person, Monique. Miss Monique is saying no. So just quickly recap it for Miss Monique.
What exactly should I recap for Miss Monique?
Well, let me see what she's saying.
Yeah, I need to be clear on what I should go over.
I guess the same, the Google embedding the link in the Google, just recap that specific part.
Okay, no problem. I'll go over that. That's fine. So let me show you how you start. So you go to the three dots here. You can do it one of two ways. You can click on the three dots or you can share. I'm going to click on the three dots. So you click on the three dots, you go to share or embed. Okay? Share or embed. So once you share or embed, you then, if it is definitely Google Classroom that you want, you simply go straight to share on your Google Classroom. Once you share on your Google Classroom, it takes you to your Google Classroom. So you select the correct account that your Google Classroom is associated with. You go ahead, you click choose a class. I'm going to click on the class that I want to embed this code in. Once I select that class, I will decide whether or not it's going to be an assignment, whether they're going to be able to ask a question, is it an announcement, or creating a material. So I am going to decide what this link is going to be about. I'm going to allow it to be an assignment. Once I select that, then I click go. Once I click go, I will now be able to edit in Google Classroom to give this assignment a title. So I'm going to give this assignment a title. It's going to be called Padlet Overview. All right, that's the title for this assignment. I am going to now assign this. So if I'm not going to put any instructions, which is optional, you don't have to, but you should, because it's always wise to allow the students to know what they're doing, right? So you can say answer all questions. That's a simple instruction. Okay, so that's my instruction, and then I click on assign. So once I assign it, it is now posted on my Google Classroom. You can view it if you decide to view it. All right, so here are the new assignments that I would have just posted. Okay, and I will just simply go back now to my Padlet. Right, so this is where I'm at now. I'm back on the Padlet page. Right, yes, it can be deleted from your Google Classroom, but you would have to do that from Google Classroom, not Padlet. Okay. All right, so are we clear on how to get it into our Google Classroom? Yes, no? Pretty much anyone can access as long as they have the link. So you can change the privacy. So I'm going to show you how you can do that now.
Okay.
All right, so go ahead.
Yes, most persons are saying yes, they're getting it little by little and they're finding it very exciting. Miss Berry is
Awesome.
asking. Miss Berry is asking. She wants to find out if you have group collaboration with students if they need their account, and I figure that's a yes. She wants to know if once posted in Google, if they still have to have their own account.
All right, so I'm just going to repeat that because I said it earlier. So, for example, persons here, if you have an account, you can definitely collaborate. If you are using the code that I sent in the group, you can still collaborate because I've set it that way so visitors can write, right? So they don't necessarily have to have an account. You can just join with the code. All right, you can join with the code to post on the wall if I allow you to do that. I'm going to show you how you can actually prevent visitors from writing. So I'm going to show you how you can do that.
So what if,
Okay?
question again, what if you delete it in the Padlets? Will it be deleted also from the Google that you'd have shared it with?
Definitely, because because remember it's a link. So once the students go to the Google Classroom to access this Padlet, if you have deleted it, then it would not be in existence. So they wouldn't be able to access it at all.
Okay, thank you.
All right, perfect. So once you remember, this doesn't allow you to embed it to Edmodo or Moodle, but you definitely can post the link there because Edmodo and Moodle allows you to upload links or put in embed files in it. So you can definitely do that. Okay. Now, if you don't want any and anyone to be writing on your, I will send the code in just a bit. If you don't want anyone to be writing on your wall or writing on your Padlet too much, you know, unnecessary writing, you can definitely change the privacy setting on that. Okay. So I'm going to change the privacy. So I can keep it hidden from the public, right? Even if you manage to get into the Padlet, you wouldn't be able to access it in terms of typing on it and so on. I can allow it to be password driven where you have to have a password to access it, or I can allow it to be public where the entire world can see the Padlet and it show up in Google searches and anywhere. Okay, so you can definitely change how persons view this. Now, to change the permission setting in terms of writing or so on, you can allow persons to just write on your Padlet. You can allow persons to only read your Padlet, or you can allow persons to edit, which means they can do official posting. So, for example, I have posted a question. They too can post questions or anything like that. But writing on the screen, they can add posts, but they cannot edit or approve anybody else's post. They can only write something on your Padlet, right? They will not be able to have collaborators. They cannot invite someone to come in, right? They can only write. You can also have them just read. So they won't be able to do anything else but read. All right, you can allow them to edit your Padlet. Okay, so you decide what you want your students to be able to do, or whomever you're collaborating with. You decide what level of access you're going to give them. Is it going to be reading only, writing only, or editing? You decide what it is that you want them to be able to do. I will leave it at write because you are able to write. So I'll leave it at that. So I will keep working, right? I'll keep working. So once I change anything, I click the button that says save. Remember, it does not save automatically. All right, so you click on save. All right, so I can keep it secret. I can make it public. I can allow it to be password setting, or I can allow it to be private. I will keep it secret, so only those who I've shared it with can actually access it. Okay, and you save that again. So everything you do, you save. All right, and you just simply click in your workspace to come out of the toolbar. Okay, so let me just send the code for those who are asking me to send the code. All right, so here is the code for this Padlet. So I'm going to send it now. So there it is. All right, again, you send the code. You simply just copy it from here, or you can go to share and you can decide how you want to do it. So this is just a shortcut for navigating the triple dots here. So you simply click on share, and I can copy the link as persons are requesting the link. I can send the link instead of the code, or I can generate a QR code where you scan that QR code. So it all depends on what you want your audience to be able to access. Okay? And these are the platforms that you can save it in. So I'm gonna go to my dashboard because I'm gonna show you how the downloaded Padlet looks. So I'm gonna save it as a PDF, and I'm gonna publish the PDF. So hopefully this one is published this time. All right. All right. In the meantime, while we wait on the PDF to be downloaded, it says, where do I join? Where do I put the link? So you simply click on the link and you join. The code is there. Yes, you have to go to padlet.com to access the Padlet. If not, you can definitely just type the code in. So this is the downloaded version. This is the PDF version of the Padlet. So it shows you what persons have said, right? So these are all the posts that you have made on this Padlet. So you can definitely use this to keep as your record. Okay, so it says, it shows you everything that the posts that students have posted, right? So this is the Padlet, right? So these are all the comments and posts that you have seen or posted on the Padlet page. So this is the PDF version. You can now send this to your colleagues, and this is PDF. Remember, you have a editable version, which is the what you call it again, the Excel sheet. You can download it as an Excel sheet. So remember, if you're going to be deleting your Padlet, you don't want to lose that information that your students would have generated. So you can download this and just keep it. So you will always have this in your records, and you save it to your email or your Google Drive or wherever you choose to save it. So that way you can definitely keep it. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to download this and save it. All right. I'm just going to save it on my desktop.
Ms. Harris?
Yes.
Yes. Our colleagues are asking if you could remember to send the code, please.
I sent it already, you know. Because persons are talking, so it keeps going up. Let me just send it one more time.
Okay, that would be great.
Yeah.
So I'm looking as well. I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, man, I sent it I said when I was going to send it, but I'm going to just copy it and send it again. That's fine.
I'll also look in the meantime. Yes.
Yeah, man. Okay, let me just send it to everyone now. Okay, there it is. And I'm going to copy the link as well.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much.
Perfect. So that's the code, and I'm going to send the link as well. So I'm going to copy the link, and I'm going to send it here. All right, so someone is asking for the QR code, and let me just put it up for you. So you can download this QR code as well and send it out via email, right? So you can decide what you want to do. So if you want to scan it from your screen, that would be good. Let me know if you get in with the QR code here on the screen. All right, so persons have tried it. Anyone have created their Padlet? Would you like to share your screen? So to scan, you would have to identify the settings on your phone. So if you're using an iPhone, then you simply just go to your notes, or you can go to your settings and scan QR code. If you have a Android, I believe you go to your image, your camera as well to scan. I believe so. Yes. So they're not seeing the link. All right, let me send it again. There it is. Okay, so are we all comfortable with Padlet in terms of how to download it as a PDF file. Remember the PDF, this is what it looks like. So you are able to see all the posts. Remember, you can cater to different students' needs. You know, you can upload audio. It takes a little bit more time out of us as educators, but at the end of the day, our goal is to give our students the best. So if we know they learn best and they give us the best performance when they are able to hear, we can definitely provide an audio version of the instruction for them, because you want to be able to allow them to bring out the best. You can allow them, if you notice you have a pen tool so they can draw, if they draw something, they can upload it. We want to embrace the STEAM approach to learning, the inclusive education. It is the way forward. There's no one way to bring across content or information. Information is right at their fingertips. Our job as educators is not to feed them with information, but allow them to utilize the information appropriately. All right, so again, we don't feed them with information, we allow them to utilize information properly. And Padlet is one of the best tools that you can use to teach students or develop the skill of collaboration, you know, among your colleagues and among your students as well. So you can, and parents, so parents, teachers, and students can be collaborating in one space, sharing their thoughts, their ideas, you know, what's the best approach to meeting the needs of my child or the class on a whole. There are so many different ways you can engage each other on this platform. So you can definitely go ahead and explore Padlet some more. You know, information is widely dispersed on the internet. You can definitely go and try and navigate and practice some more. You know, if you used to do things this way, remember the quote at the beginning, you know, you change the plan, but never the goal. The goal is always excellence. And so if your plan is not working, then you change it to achieve the same excellence that you decided to set out to achieve in the beginning. You know, so I really want to thank you very much for joining. If you have any questions, any other questions, please feel free to type them. Mrs. Morgan and myself will try to engage you and actually answer them as best as we can. All right, but it's a great tool.
Yes, definitely. And they're saying it is an awesome tool. Would you want anyone to try sharing their screen and, you know, interacting with the tool?
Sure. Anyone wants to volunteer? Let me see if we have any volunteers to see what we have done. We want to make sure that we have learned something, you know, because our job here is to be empowered and to be able to teach somebody else. Anybody want to share with us? Okay, someone wants me to remind them of how to delete a Padlet. Okay, let me just go back quickly. And then if we have someone who wants to volunteer to show us how they have created their Padlet, please just let us know in the chat. Mrs. Morgan will make a note of who volunteered. All right, so let me go back to my dashboard. So to delete a Padlet, you simply, the three dots here, you simply click on that, go to delete Padlet. There's a code that you will get. You have to copy this code and place it here. So you have to copy the code, place it here, and then you delete the Padlet. Okay, I'm not going to delete this one just yet. So you copy the code and you delete it. So you cannot delete it unless you copy the code that they sent you to delete it. Okay, I'm not going to be deleting it, but I'm just going to say never mind. All right, so remember, let me go again. The triple dots to the top right hand side of the Padlet you have created, you definitely go ahead, click that, delete Padlet. Okay, once you delete the Padlet, once you click on delete, you copy the code, paste it where you see the 4 zeros, and then you click on delete. You cannot delete it unless you paste the code that they have sent you. All right, and this is the wrong code. I didn't copy the right code. Okay, there it is. So you copy the code and you delete it. All right, but I'm not deleting it. So that's how you delete it. All right, I'm gonna share again, the overview of what you can use Padlet for. So I'm just gonna go again so you can know. Just to recap, so Padlet is a tool that allows you to collaborate. It allows you to plan events together. You know, it would allow you to ask questions as you did on Padlet just now. You were able to ask your questions. You can have discussions. You can share notes. You can upload your notes. You can give feedback. You can, you know, pretty much give students feedback, get their feedback, make a notice board. You want to allow students to be able to see key information. You can, you know, make a notice board, watch and share videos. So if you have videos that you want, you simply just upload those videos or embed it from a URL. You can brainstorm ideas and concepts. So you find something important or useful to this discussion, you can put it there. All right, you can definitely bookmark your favorite sites, and as it relates to education, you give students research to do. You don't want them all over the place. So you want to be able to narrow their search, so you can definitely put the URL or the website that you want them to zone in on, and you can definitely just allow them to use those websites to answer their questions or do their research. All right, you can make a list of specific things about a topic. So if you are teaching cells, or you're teaching, let's say you're teaching literacy or language, you want them to identify the key concepts of writing a story, the key concepts of writing your, you know, an excellent paragraph, or what are the key areas of, you know, mathematics, you know, what to calculate your algebra, what are the steps. You know, different subjects can utilize it. It's not limited to any subject at all. It can be used universally. And again, it is catering for inclusive education, which is very important. We don't want to leave out any child. And it's also able, you know, when we talk about inclusive education, it can be used for the gifted, it can be used for those who are brilliant, who are fast-paced. It can be used for those who are not able to catch up at the first go. They can have an opportunity to learn at their own pace while still meeting the demands of the curriculum. You know, so we have to find tools that can reach our students effectively, and parents will be happy to know that their child or children are being catered for effectively, because the goal for any parent is to see their child be successful in life. And our job as educator is to bring that dream to a reality, you know. So we just keep exploring tools that will make our lives easier and allow our students to be useful and functional citizens. All right. So I don't know if that's a great summary for you. Do I need to go over anything? Are we clear on everything?
I know someone was asking, Miss, she accidentally created the document and had it in archive. How can she retrieve it?
Okay, so let me go back to my Padlet screen. Okay. All right, so if you look on your dashboard, you would see to your left, you would see archived. So you click on archived, and it says I have not archived any Padlet. So if you have archived your Padlet, you will find it once you click on archived. Is that clear?
Okay, so far.
Okay, someone wants to share their screen. Okay, I'm gonna allow you to screen share. Right, that's, I'm gonna allow you to screen share.
Russell,
Okay.
name's Russell, Samantha Grant, Chris.
All right. All right. So select one person to screen share. All right. So I'm gonna stop screen sharing. All right. So remember, this is your dashboard. You create a Padlet. You can join a Padlet, etc. Okay. And you only have a maximum of 3 Padlets to do with the free version, but you can definitely download it as a PDF for later use. Then you can go ahead and delete. So I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to allow participants to share screen. All right, so who would like to go and show us what they have done? Please go ahead and share your screen, and you may start.
Mrs. Russell Williams Russell, are you still available? Her hand was up. Or anyone who wants to take the stage.
All right, so I'm seeing Miss Walters, Suzette Walters, yes, awesome. So let's see how Miss Suzette demonstrates to us what she have learned. Awesome. Suzette, you're not sharing the screen again. What's happening? Anybody wants to demonstrate? If not, if you're not comfortable doing it, then it's fine. No, there's no time limit with the free version. The only way you will have a time limit, for example, if you have given it a due date in Google Classroom, then they wouldn't be able to submit anything after that time. They can work independently in Padlet, but not in the Google Classroom if it is an assignment.
Okay, we have a brave soldier.
Yeah. All right, awesome. Creating a Padlet. You download the PDF and save it to your computer. Once it is created, you just download it. Nice. Synonyms, nice. Go Teacher Heart. So for those who are asking about the presentations, remember it will be sent to your email once you fill out the evaluation by Friday, and you will access the recording on JTC's YouTube channel. Okay? Miss Hart? I don't know. Okay. All right, this is Miss Law, Jade Law. Miss or Mrs., I'm not sure, so I'll just say Jade Law. All right. So persons are creating their Padlets. Awesome, awesome. This is great. Someone says, I guess everything except how to transfer information. Okay, in terms of transferring information, what exactly are you referring to? Sharing it to your Google Classroom or sending the link? What exactly?
She's not responding.
No.
Someone else wanted to try sharing as well. I think that's Miss Hart.
I saw her sharing, but then I don't know what's happening. But I see quite a few persons sharing, Mrs. Morgan.
Yes, yes.
Quite a few persons. Quite a few persons.
Very good and very interesting presentation. Just to also remind them that they'll be having an assessment later on in August. So ensure that you make brief notes. Once you'd have gotten your recording, go through it, pace yourself, try and master the content, because you'll be getting an assessment at the end of August, on August 5, the same time period that you're presently logged in. That's the same time period you'll be using for your assessment. Bear in mind also that your evaluation will be done at the end of this week. So that link, I don't know if you can access that link for me because I'm actually on my phone. You could access it and just put it in the chat for them, Miss Harris. Do not try and complete the assessment today. You must do it on Friday. You'll also get your recording of your presentations, all presentations done on Friday. All right. Try and ensure that you're on time and present for all other training sessions. Bear in mind, you must be at least 80% present in the workshop. You want to ensure you're properly engaged in the sessions and that you'd have grasped as much content as possible. For the assessment, you have 40 multiple choice questions. You'll be getting from each of the tools and elements that you'd have been exposed to. Because at the end of the day, we want everyone to get their certificate of participation. All right. So thank you so much, colleagues and parents. You were awesome. Ms. Harris, the presentation was excellent. The teachers loved it. Some are willing to go home and try it. Others actually tried it now. They are very excited about this tool. And bear in mind, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower each other as educators. All right? So have yourself a great day. You are awesome.
Indeed. Awesome. Thank you, Mrs. Morgan. Thanks for the support. Really appreciate it. Thank you, teachers and parents, you know, for joining. And I'm happy that you are excited to go ahead and try it. You are excellent at what you do. Don't allow the fear of learning something new to dampen your spirit. It is just all, we have to embrace the perfection in change. So let's just go forward, take it right at the bullet, you know, just hold the bullet by its hand, you know, don't hold the horn by its hand, don't just give up. Try it. You're not going to get it all in one go, but it definitely will come with practice once you try to navigate, you know, just keep going and you will be successful at what you do once you maintain a positive mindset.
That's
all right, so good. All right, so thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Do have yourself a wonderful afternoon, rest of the day, and enjoy. As it relates to the lesson plans, though, we don't have information on that. You will be informed later on. So as it relates to lesson plans and the assessment, you will be further informed as the time goes by. Okay, closer to the time.
Right. So the only thing we may have now on lesson plans is that you'll be doing your lesson plans in groups of 10, and you are required to incorporate the learning management system that you'd have been exposed to, as well as the various tools in a selected package, and you're required to upload it on the JTC platform before or by midnight of August 5. So you'll be given a code. I don't know if you want to jot it down. It's M3NWC0Z.
You want to type it in the chat, Mrs.
Right,
Morgan?
Okay, I'll do that so they can have access to it.
Yeah.
M3, hold on. M3NWC0Z. All right, and that should be it. All right.
All right. So there's the code M3NWCOZ, capital Z. So the code is common M, number 3, common N, common W, common C, common O, capital Z.
I think the W is capitalized as well.
Oh, the W is capital? Okay.
And it should be 0, not O, because I'm double checking. So let me do it again.
Okay.
So it's
all right, let me see if I can just show it on the screen. Let me just screen share a whiteboard so they can, I just type it on the whiteboard so they can see it.
M3N.
Go ahead, say it's common M3.
C. I'm going to share it again. 0 and Z. That should be it. And it's also in your email. If you had received an email, colleagues, you should have gotten information regarding the information for your package as well. So just scroll back through one of those old emails that would have been forwarded to you from your principal to get the relevant information, and try and ensure you're in all the sessions for your particular package, because I realize some persons are jumping into other sessions, but it's important that you stay with your package, because you're going to be assessed based on the element, learning management system and the tools from your package, whether it's package 1, 2, 3, etc. All right?
All right, so that's the code, right? You're seeing it on my screen?
Yes.
You're seeing the whiteboard?
Yes, I'm seeing it.
Okay.
Okay.
So, okay, so that's the code on the screen, right? Is it correct?
Yes.
All right, great.
All right.
All right, so have a great day, everyone. Thank you for joining. We're going to close out this session just now. Thank you very much. You are all welcome. We truly appreciate you signing on and keeping up.